All right, good afternoon and welcome to KHTS. You are listening to your Hometown Drive with your hosts Jade Aubuchon, Sophia, Lesseos, and myself, Jen Sparks. This is the show where we talk all about Santa Clarita Valley and the news and sports and entertainment, traffic, anything that you see on your day-to-day. We will discuss it here on your Hometown Drive. And we're giggling a little bit because I have like a chocolate addiction. And it's stuck in my teeth, so I'm trying to like.
And I asked, you didn't share, Jen?
No, well, you know what? Ooh, yeah, that is bad.
Yeah.
Shame on me. Okay, well, I'll bring chocolate next time. I'm obsessed with those little like the Dove chocolates, the little
those
tiny
are my
ones.
favorite. The dark
They're
chocolate
great.
ones.
Yes, those
They're
are my
perfect for like a bite of chocolate.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
There's very little guilt, which
Yeah.
I appreciate.
I'm sure you
And-
probably have those from Valentine's Day?
oh, those are just all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But I didn't plan it out very well, so I still have chocolate in my mouth. So anyway, welcome to your Hometown Drive. So today, ladies, I'm going to throw it to you as I get up our news here this afternoon. I know that we have our special guest, Matt Watson. He'll be joining us here shortly, right? I saw him walk in.
Yes, our
Yes.
fantastic host of Eye on the
Eye on
Valley,
the
which you
Valley.
can tune in to hear on Friday mornings.
Love it. And we will hear him tomorrow. But I'll send it over to you guys, our trusty news department here at KHTS.
Perfect. Okay, well, today we are talking about the 19-year-old that was accused of fatally stabbing his stepfather, inside his Castaic home over the weekend. This actually happened on Valentine's Day. And we just got the charges back last night, so he has now been formally charged with murder. Now, that is according to Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office. A complaint was filed on Wednesday, so yesterday, in the Los Angeles County Superior Court with charging Terrace Blake Crawford, he is 19 years old, with one count of murder in connection with the death of 62-year-old Bruce Whitney, which was his stepfather. Now, we were kind of talking both about this a little bit ago, but we were both there the night, well, not there specifically, but we both were reporting on it the night that it happened. Do you want to give a little bit specific on what happened?
Yes, absolutely. So apparently, from what neighbors were reporting, is that the way things kind of came about is suddenly neighbors down the street started hearing screaming and ended up running over. And what ended up happening is this was a stabbing, actually. It is very unfortunate. The exact circumstances that led up to the crime are still under investigation. However, Bruce Whitney was stabbed to death by his stepson, who then fled the scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and later on in the investigation, they found out it was a knife that he was stabbed with. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the alleged suspect is 19 years old?
He is 19. We're actually, it was very interesting. It's a little bit funny, a little bit not. I was out of town at the time, and his name was like vaguely familiar. And the reason why is because we actually had an at-risk missing person report for him a few years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago specifically,
yes.
yeah.
When he was still a minor. So that actually does give us a little bit more information about the suspect than we normally have in these situations, which is very unique. Yeah. So we, as I said before, we don't know the exact circumstances of the crime or exactly what led up to it, but we do know that Terrence, who is now 19, has been diagnosed with schizophrenia previously. It is very severe, and he previously, several years ago, was said to have had the mental capacity of an 8-year-old. Obviously, that can change over time, and exactly what that means, we're not psychologists. There are different levels of understanding and what specifically that means, especially when it comes to criminal liability. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this case plays out in terms of legal liability and mental capacity. It's just very unfortunate that it had to come to this point. I mean, someone is dead.
Do we know anything else about, was there other family involved? Are there any siblings that we know of?
We're not sure.
We're not sure
That
of
has not
that.
been revealed to us. We do know
Okay.
that this happened over in Castaic on the 32,000 block of Ridgetop Lane, which is the same home that he has lived in for the last several years. But besides that, the exact circumstances are going to stay pretty private because this is still an uncharged or an unprocessed murder case.
Yeah. I mean, technically, yeah, he has been charged now.
Yeah.
But that was literally yesterday. So I will say that in the court document, when I was reading through it, it did say that he was using the knife with malice a forethought. So meaning that just
First
means
degree.
that it is first-degree murder. That meaning that it was a deliberate that he was trying to kill. And also, when first responders showed up on scene, his stepfather was still alive at the time, but he did end up dying because of his wounds. Now, we don't know exactly how many stab wounds or anything like that, but he did end up dying after first responders had gotten there, after they were performing life-saving measures. And here he is currently being held on a $2 million bail.
Which is pretty standard for murder.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, that is the standard.
It sounds steep.
Usually
but
it's over 1 million, but if it is first degree murder, it would usually be like 2.
Yeah, so that's the
Okay.
standard bail amount that we see for murder cases around here.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, that night, just bringing it back to what happened on Valentine's Day. That night, he was arrested the same day, but Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff's Station found him in Los Angeles, actually. Mm-hmm. So he somehow got from Castaic, stabbed his stepfather, and then went to LA, and they were able to track him there. Oh. Yeah, I know. This is a really sad case. We will be following up on this as much as we can and continue to keep you guys updated. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back.
So we are back here live with your Hometown Drive with Jade Aubuchon, Sophia Lesseos, and Jen Sparks. Stephen Barrera, our sports director, joins us in studio to talk all about our local sports. Hey, what's up, Stephen?
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Great.
Doing good.
Great.
We're drier than we were this morning.
Yeah. So
There you go.
I'm chilling.
That's a good one.
Just like outside.
That's hilarious.
I gotta laugh.
What are we talking about today? We've been talking about all sorts of playoffs and quarterfinals, and we're getting close to the championships for a couple of different leagues. What impressive children are we talking about today?
What children?
Yeah. So a lot of the children, athletes in the Santa Clarita Valley are doing really well, especially in basketball, which is nearing the end of the playoffs right now. So in the quarterfinals for girls basketball, Valencia just last night beat Troy 52-48. So it's a close game right there. And that's in Division 1. So Valencia girls are up in Division 1, the highest division that you could play in, and they're going far.
That sounds awesome. So what are we kind of expecting for this next round, I guess, when they go into their next game?
Yeah, so the next round is the semifinals, and they're going to be at home against Windward.
Oh.
Never heard of Windward, but Windward's Division 1, so they're in the semifinals, so they're nobody to take lightly, obviously, if you make it this far. So Valencia's going to have their hands full, but they have showed time and time again that they have what it takes to get past them and to persevere and hopefully go into the championships.
Is there a couple of teammates that maybe we should be looking out for?
The whole squad. The whole squad is really good, truly. But some of the players that have been doing really well these last few games is Carol McCall. She actually just recently broke the record for the most points scored in the program in the girls' side for basketball.
Oh, that's amazing.
In the program, jeez.
Yeah, so I forget the exact number, but go on to hometownstation.com, read our article, and you could have the exact number.
Follow KHTS Sports also if you're not already.
Yeah. Stephen will have it. He promises.
Yeah, so she broke that record, and in the last game, she scored 8 points, 8 rebounds, had 3 assists. The team leader for scoring was Kimia Bastrova. She had 21 points, so she had a really nice game. Mm-hmm. And in each of her playoff games, she has had 15-plus points.
Goodness gracious. Okay. Good for her.
Yeah, so she's been having a nice average.
Wow, that's amazing to hear. And then I'm assuming you said the entire team is doing really well, so they all kind of like work off of each other and kind of like balance with each other while playing, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Go off of each other's energy?
Yeah, they're very well connected. I mean, even if it doesn't show in the stats when you're there watching the game, you just see how they all connect, how they're all supporting each other, talking, and communicating throughout the whole game.
That's really great to hear. All right, who else are we kind of looking for?
Yeah, right down below in Division 2 is Saugus' girls program. So they also just won their quarterfinals game and are going to be going to the semifinals.
Wow,
Okay.
go Saugus.
Nice.
Yeah, so they're going to be on the road on Saturday for their semifinal game, which is okay because they've been a little bit of a road warriors this season. So I have no doubt that they'll do it again on Saturday.
Well, here's hoping that they don't have too much rain to deal with while they're out there traveling. This goes for all the teams, but it's never something we want to see whenever our teams are out there on the road somewhere.
Yeah, it looks like on Saturday it'll be dry. Thank goodness.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Weather can change. I know, knock on wood. But Saugus, I mean, can you kind of tell us what they've been doing and how they also are playing this season?
Yeah, they've been playing phenomenal. Like I said, Division 2, so to make it to that division, you have to be pretty good. So they've been playing really well, especially in this playoff run. Eva Marie Rios has been stellar. Just last game, she had a triple-double, which we talked about double-doubles last time, so she had a triple-double. So that means she had double-digit points, assists, rebounds.
Jeez. What else is there? I mean, that's pretty much everything, right?
Yeah, I mean, those are like some of the three main categories. I mean, you got steals, blocks, and other stuff, but...
Yeah, minutes per game.
Yeah. But for the big ones, those are like the big three. So she had her triple-double game.
Trifecta, yeah.
Exactly.
That's amazing. That's really great. These girls are really doing well this year.
They are.
Yeah.
And then for Saugus, this is the first time they've been to a semifinal since the 2017-2018 season.
Oh, cool.
So they haven't been there for a while, so it's kind of nice to see them back in the limelight.
Yeah.
They're really trying hard.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that we should be looking out for?
Yeah. Also on the girls' side, not as good news, but Cannon had their quarterfinals match. Unfortunately, they lost to St. Margaret's 54 to... I have a score right here. That's not the right score. I don't remember off the top of my head, so excuse me on that. But I'm not going to say the wrong score on air. I know that. But even in the loss, Darby Dunn, who's a sophomore, we talked about her plenty of times before. She led the team with 24 points. Mm-hmm. She scored her 1,000th career point earlier in the season just as a sophomore.
That's amazing.
Very impressive.
Yeah, so she's doing very well. They have a very young program, so I have no doubt that in the next couple of years to come, they're going to be even better. Yeah. So I think they're only graduating 3 seniors this year.
Yeah, well, so they have time to improve. Did they have any sort of comments or anything on the loss or where they're going?
Yeah, so head coach Jessica, she was very blunt after the game and just said, straight up, we need to play better defense. We didn't play good defense and kind of lost us the game. So she's very forward about her thoughts on it, which is a good thing to have with your team. You know, she has high expectations, so anything short of that is a little upsetting.
Yeah, well, you have to be as a coach. You have to, dish that hard truth. That's how they'll learn.
And especially since, all right, they made it to Division 2. Let's see if we can make it a little bit higher next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then also on the girls' side, SCCS also had their quarterfinal loss to Vista Del Lago. That was 41-39. So that was a tough one for those gals.
Yeah, that's close. Yeah.
I know you're saying for basketball for boys as well. Can you tell us a little bit about Golden Valley?
Yeah, so on the boys' side for Golden Valley, they also lost their quarterfinal game to Warren. That was another close one, 56-53.
Oh, 3 points.
3-point game.
Oh.
Wow. Did you talk to any of the players after?
Players, I did not. Usually after, a tough loss like that, a little emotional, especially for the seniors. But I did get to talk to the coach, Travis DeVita. He had these words to say. I wrote them down. I'll just read them off my phone. He said, "We're talking about over a decade of work, and I'm very proud of them. They'll be remembered as one of the best teams in the Foothill League." Wow. Now, just to kind of clarify what he's talking about, so this Golden Valley squad won the Foothill League title. They were 10-2 in league. This is the first time in over a decade that they've done so. They made it to the quarterfinal appearance, which is the first time since the 2009-2010 season. So this is something that they haven't accomplished in over a decade.
Wow.
So when he says this is a decade's worth of work, that's what he's referring to.
Yeah, you're talking about 3 generations of high schoolers, essentially.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, I mean, I feel like from a coach's perspective, like that might be something that's so honorable to hear the players actually hearing that. Because a lot of coaches, in my opinion, would not say that about every team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and of course, it's something they've earned. It's not just, hey, we had a squad and I'm just going to say it to make them feel nice. They've genuinely earned the right for him to say that. And he even told me after the game that as a coach, he could see what they've done throughout the season for them. It might be hard to kind of, especially when the loss is so fresh, to kind of look back and say, man, we did that. Mm-hmm. But give it a little bit of time, whether it be a month, a year, or however so, for them to look back on what they've done and say, you know what, we did that. We did great. Maybe fell short of that championship, but we accomplished something that hasn't been done in a decade's time in our program.
Yeah, a little perspective goes a long way.
Yeah.
How are our other teams doing?
Yeah, and then our final team, Canyon, also on the boys' side, they beat Vista Del Lago 60-55. So they will be moving on to the semifinals tomorrow, actually, on Friday.
Are you going to be going to that?
I will be going to that, so I'll be looking for updates on that game. And Cannon's doing really great. They're in Division 7 right now. They made it as an at-large bid, which means the top 4 teams in the Foothill League get an automatic playoff berth. But if your record is good enough, you could say, hey, CIF, we got a good record. We weren't quite top 4, but we have a good record. Can we get into the playoffs? And they either say yes or no. They say yes to them. Now they're in the semifinals, looking to go back to the championship for back-to-back seasons.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Nice.
It sounds like all of our schools over here are doing really well in sports, actually.
Yeah, they really are. So if you haven't gone out to a game, make sure to go out to the games, especially, with the playoffs ending. So go cheer on your local teams. Read all about it at thehometownstation.com and follow KHTS Sports for information on them.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Steven's got all sorts of cool videos that he's worked on with our videographer Gino with all sorts of highlights, and I've got to plug this every show. Just 'cause I think it's
It
so
looks great. A lot of hard work goes into it.
So if you're not into reading, we have videos for you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Stephen, our sports director here at KHTS. And Jade, what's the handle again for the sports?
KHTS Sports.
Awesome. We'll be back with more Hometown Drive in just a bit. You're listening to your Hometown Drive with Jade, Sophia, and Jen, and we are joined in studio by Matt Watson, host of Eye on the Valley. Friday mornings, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you all?
Doing well.
But
thank
today
you.
you're not being a host. You're actually joining us
No.
for your actual day job.
Exactly. My day and my evening job. Yeah. And you're right. It is cold outside. I was just outside the studio a few minutes ago, and I saw a rat wearing an orange sweater. It was scary.
Oh, yes, we have 2 guests in the studio today.
No, that is not
This
a
is
rat.
Bentley. He's not a rat.
Bentley's adorable.
He's a little baby.
He's a poodle chihuahua.
There we go.
He's a little
And he's
pumpkin.
16 years old.
He's so
Yes.
cute with his little cloudy old eyes.
I know. Well, Matt, we wanted to kind of have you in today because we're talking specifically about the Saugus Union School District, and then we are later on talking about SCVi.
Yeah, my night job and my day job.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we're going to start specifically with the Saugus Union School District. You kind of had reached out to me and saying that something important is actually happening tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you were gracious enough to have me in a few weeks back when we first started our superintendent search.
Yes.
For those of you that don't know.
For those of you that don't know or don't remember, Matt is the president, by the way,
Yes.
of the Saugus Union School District. So just wanted to throw that out there.
Yes, and recently our superintendent of 8 years, Dr. Colleen Hawkins, submitted her resignation, prompting a search. So we're conducting the search now to get somebody hired before she retires. And so, yeah, what we've got going on, we hired a search firm that are experts in this kind of thing. And they have posted the job. So any superintendent candidates out there, our job has been posted on EdJoin and all the other locations that those jobs get posted. And the group has been having a series of community meetings. They've met with all the board members. They've met with staff and different union leaders, things like that. And tonight, they are holding a community forum with the community at large. They want folks that live in the community, not just parents of students in the Saugus School District, but yes, parents, we want you there, definitely.
Yes.
This is your night. But even folks that don't have kids in the school district, but that live in the community, we want to make sure that we're partnering with everyone that's affected by our schools, which is all of us. That's going to be this evening, 6 p.m. at Bridgeport Elementary School.
To give their input on what they would like for a superintendent, correct?
100%. Our group has 3 questions that they want to ask the community, but it is very much free form. Someone asked me the other day, is this going to be more of an informational session where we just sit and listen? I said, absolutely not. If it's not the exact opposite, you let me know because I will be furious. The community's voice is what gets heard tonight.
Yeah.
We want to know what you want in Saugus's next superintendent.
That's amazing to hear. And then where is that going to be held?
It's going to be at Bridgeport Elementary this evening at 6 p.m. And folks can find information on the school website. Because if you're not able to make it tonight at 6 p.m., they'll be rehosting the community forum virtually on Zoom on Monday night at 6 p.m. And again, those details can be found on the Saugus School District, saugususd.org
Perfect.
on the website.
I can also link that onto the article that I just
Fantastic.
wrote. Yeah, about so I just actually published an article before coming on air about the Saugus Union School District's meeting. So at the bottom, if anybody wants to read that, you can head to hometownstation.com and there'll be some details about that meeting as well as the virtual meeting as well.
Yeah, and we'll be putting something on our social media too.
Yeah.
We have
Terrific.
the details. I'll put something together.
Perfect. there's also a survey on the website for folks to answer
okay.
That would be
a little
great.
bit more detailed questions.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would encourage folks to go on our website, fill out the survey, and go to the community forums both tonight in person at Bridgeport 6 p.m.,
Yeah.
Monday on Zoom at 6 p.m.
I wanted to ask you too. I know that at the meetings there's public comments. So has anybody said anything about what they were looking for or hoping to have as a superintendent?
Not specifically. Folks have been very encouraging, encouraging us to conduct a thorough search and make sure that we reach out as broadly as we can. And of course, my colleagues and I all echoed that. We want to cast a very, very wide net.
Yeah.
We know that Saugus is a very attractive district to work at. Of course, Santa Clarita is a great place to live and raise a family and grow your career. But Saugus Union School District is also an amazing place to work, especially as a superintendent. The group ESS that's conducting the search has reached out and said, yeah, absolutely, this is one of those primo jobs, and we're getting a lot of interest.
Oh, that's awesome.
Very
I was
good
going to
to
ask you. Yeah, you had said on the phone earlier that they have been great with communication with you guys, correct?
They have. This group has been absolutely fantastic about communicating with us. I get texts and phone calls from them all the time, and then every Friday they send the board kind of an update. This is what we've done this week. This is the kind of feedback we're getting, and they're indicating to us that staff and families have been offering generous and very authentic input. Folks have been very candid and sharing their true feelings. They're eager to welcome a new superintendent, so they're excited about this search and the potential of us bringing in someone fantastic to usher us into the next era, and reassuring us, yeah, like I said, that Santa Clarita is the vibrant community that we all know, and so they're very optimistic.
That's really great to hear. And then last question for me about this specifically, is there any interest so far? Have you gotten anybody applying?
So we have not seen any resumes yet, but that comes later on. But yes, there have been resumes and applications sent in, and what happens during this stage is our group ESS continues to evaluate the applications and the resumes, and they kind of weed it down to about 6 or 8 candidates for us. They indicated to us they expect to get anywhere between 20 and 50 applications, and then they just kind of skim the cream of the crop for us to interview and ultimately hire what we hope is just an absolutely amazing candidate.
Well, I hope it's a largely painless process for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't see a whole lot of pain in it. It's something that certainly you want to put a tremendous amount of effort into. For example, the interviews themselves will be a 2-day process, a full 2 days.
Oh, wow.
So it'll be time consuming, but
Yeah.
this is one of the most important decisions that we as a school board can make.
But that's great that you have that many people to choose from too.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
incredible.
absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely.
And I mean, this is hopefully the district would have this person for a very long time and make a difference.
It's interesting. These days, the average lifespan of a superintendent in a school district is less than 3 years.
Oh,
it's a very
really?
challenging job, and it's obviously very politically charged, right?
Yes.
But our previous superintendent, Dr. Hawkins, even though she led the district through some very challenging times, held the job for 8 years before she announced her retirement. So yeah, that is the idea. We want someone to stick around for a while to truly usher in some change and kind of get us to that next level.
Yeah, the person at the Saugus Union School District has to wear a lot of hats because,
Oh,
we
yeah.
know that in our job, she also acts as the public information officer, and she has to deal with a lot. So especially
Yeah.
in your district, we know it's different in other ones.
Absolutely. They become the chief academic officer. They're responsible for facilities and transportation and just so many different things. Yeah.
Okay, so SCVi, I know this is your day job.
SCVi, this is my
Yes.
day job. So for
Yeah.
those of you that don't know, yes, I sit on the local school board, but I work for I Lead Schools. SCVi is our flagship school. That's our founding school. And they've got an exciting event going on this evening as well. So I'm super excited that the rain has gone away. This one's virtual, though. SCVi has announced a real game changer for their programming, and we believe a game changer for high schoolers throughout the region. And that is a new program that they'll be launching in the fall, so for the 2026-27 school year, called College Connect. This is in partnership with our local community college, who's been just great with us over our almost 20-year span. And it's a dual enrollment program where kids can enroll in college classes that also count towards high school. So as they're getting credit towards their high school graduation, they're also getting college credits. Lots of high schools do that. What makes this different? Well, first of all, a lot of the classes are actually going to be offered on SCVi's campus.
That's so awesome.
Rather than your kids having to, leave their local high school early and go and take classes on the campus at College of the Canyons, correct. Their professors are going to be coming to our campus and teaching the classes in the safety and kind of comfort of our kids' regular high school experience. Now, there are also courses that are going to be offered there on the College of the Canyons campus. But yeah, many of the classes will be there right there in the high school.
Such an amazing opportunity. I mean, I did dual enrollment classes through our major district here when I was in high school. But what classes are you guys focusing on bringing first to the students at SCVi?
So yeah, this is another thing that's really going to make College Connect very unique. We've had kids in dual enrollment since we've had our high school. I remember 10 years ago when I was the high school principal, I was signing kids to take courses over at COC. But we've got 3 cohorts that we're putting together depending on kids' area of focus to truly launch them into and through college. So the first one is College Launchpad. And these are kids that are looking at getting their general education courses out of the way. For those of you that haven't been to college, it's kind of typically your first 2 years of you're taking your English, math, science, history. You're not focusing on your major. So College Launchpad is for those kids that really just want to get that head start, get that first year of college out of the way while they're still in high school. So
we
that's
have an
college.
intern here that actually is doing that right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Congratulations.
I see Exos over here nodding his
Yeah.
head. Yeah.
And then the other cohort that our families can choose from is actually an aerospace pathway. We live so close to Edwards Air Force Base. We are considered part of the, aerospace alley here.
Yeah.
We've actually got over 70 aerospace companies that are headquartered right here in Santa Clarita, and most of them are understaffed.
Yeah, it's you guys have. I'm the person who gets to go to a lot of your guys' special events for your STEM programs, specifically to do with aerospace. So what you guys have going on over there at SCVi is terribly impressive.
Oh yeah, we've got kids that are learning to fly as early as 8th grade,
cool.
getting pilot's licenses, drone pilot's licenses. We've had an aerospace pathway on campus now for a couple of years, and this is a pathway designed to continue that forward into, like I said, the local junior college, if that's the path that kids would choose. Then we've also got, and this one is like super game changer.
It sounds like you're excited about
I really am. And anybody that's listened to the show knows that I'm bilingual and I'm a strong advocate for folks learning a second language. And this is a biliteracy pathway, but this is a pathway that starts in kindergarten. For our kid. Yeah.
Perfect.
So we've got dual language immersion starting in kindergarten, and that pathway is going to continue all the way up through high school, through which by the time the kids get into high school, they should be pretty fluent.
Yeah.
They've been taking, their classwork
Yeah.
in English and Spanish all the way since kindergarten, and then they'll just go straight into the community college courses and develop that biliteracy, and there they can take it. Gosh, anywhere that you need to communicate and have a global reach, right?
Well, what I love that you do at SCVi and I lead is most specifically, I would say, the hands-on approach to learning.
Yes.
It's not just here's a book, remember everything that's in that book, and then write it down in this notebook, and then move on.
You're absolutely right, Jen. We use a project-based learning approach where everything is very hands-on, and I'll just give you a quick example. When I taught 5th grade, state standards say that the kids have to learn about the organs in the body and how they work together. Well, I did that by giving my 4th and 5th graders a fake medical degree and a patient and saying, this woman's sick, you need to figure out what's wrong with her. And of course, they kind of fumble through it and they learn to research and all those different things that you're supposed to learn in school, and they end up diagnosing their patient. And almost as a side effect, they learn about the organs in the body and how they work together to keep us healthy. So yeah, we're launching College Connect. We're super excited about it, and there's a webinar tonight. This you can do from the comfort of your own home. It is, I want to double check. I put 6 to 7, but it is 6:30 p.m. 6:30 p.m. Tonight. And it's on Zoom. Families can register on the SCVi webpage. The easiest way to find it is just to Google SCVi College Connect. That top hit, you can register. right before the webinar starts. I think at 5 o'clock tonight, you'll be sent the Zoom link.
Perfect.
And you can join. We're going to go ahead and record that and put it on the website if you're not available.
Uh-huh.
But I want folks to know we are cutting off registration at 4:30. So if you want to get to that webinar tonight regarding these college pathways, you got to hop on it.
Yeah, we can put that on our socials so that way people can find it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please silence your cell phones, friends. And then, if folks reach out to you, feel free to give them my cell phone. I'd be glad to, text folks, if they're just hearing about it.
Yeah.
I'd be glad to text folks the Zoom link.
Okay.
Folks can text me. Please don't call, friends, but text 661-212-2598. 212-2598, and I'll send you the Zoom link.
Oh, that's amazing.
Thank
Not
you so
everybody
much.
has this personal number. Just saying.
Unless you listen to the show.
There we go.
Awesome. Well, we're going to take a quick break. Matt, thank you so much for joining us. That was so awesome. I wish they had that when I was in school. I'm just gonna,
Right.
yeah.
It really is a game changer, and college does start as early as 7th grade. And so I would encourage anybody that's got someone in 6th grade or older to attend the webinar tonight. Again, Google SCVi College Connect to register.
Awesome. We'll be right back, guys.
You're listening to your Hometown Drive with Jade, Sophia, and Jen. We're joined by Matt Watson here in studio. So we just celebrated President's Day this past Monday. And, I'm always looking online and finding little fun facts and fun trivia and that kind of thing. I had just assumed that this was some kind of fake story, but apparently it's real. Abraham Lincoln, one of the presidents, obviously we celebrate President's Day along with George Washington's birthday. They both celebrated birthdays in the month of February. And so we do like a combo for them. And apparently Abraham Lincoln had other assassination attempts on his life.
Wild.
The first one, he survived it, and it's basically because of that big giant hat that he wore all the time, the very famous hat that he's known for. He was a very large man. I knew he was tall, but I didn't realize that he was 6'4". Mm-hmm. And once he put the hat on, it would put him at almost 7 feet tall with these, what are they called? Stovepipe?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was a power move.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
For sure.
Definitely.
I think so.
It's
Tall,
like I like to
tall,
leave
thin guy.
my stool here higher than Jaden's Sophia's.
You're the reason I have to come in and bring it down every time.
Yeah, Jade was like, somebody has no thighs. And just,
No, it's a power play.
That's good. Yeah. Well, you and Abraham Lincoln think the same way.
Wow.
So the story goes, and again, didn't realize that this was true. Back in 1864, August, Lincoln was traveling on his horseback, heading back to his home. All of a sudden, he hears a shot ring out, and it was later reported that he was bareheaded, and he was arriving at the front gate, took his hat off to enter his home. Later found out that the hat had a bullet hole right through the center of it.
Wow.
And he just kind of blew it off like, no big deal. This happens all the time. Maybe it's just somebody out there hunting for an animal who has a terrible shot. And then, of course, he later found out that, no, this is somebody who's looking for you. So, and he still kind of just, blew it off. And then, of course, very famously, later on April 14th, 1865, went to see a play at the Ford's Theater, and the assassin was able to get President Abraham Lincoln at that point. Hat
spoiler
not
alert,
included. Yeah.
The hat did not work the second
No.
time, I guess.
Yeah.
It's indoors, that's why.
John
Indoor-
Wilkes.
There it
Should have
is.
been wearing the hat.
Ba-dum-bum.
John Wilkes Booth really got him there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know who the first assassin would have been, I guess. I don't think it was John Wilkes Booth.
Yeah, I don't. It was not John Wilkes
Yeah.
Booth. I don't know who it was, but there were several attempts on his life
Yeah.
before Booth finally got him, and that was part of a coordinated effort. They were,
Wow.
the attempt when Lincoln was killed, the attempt was to kill him, his vice president, and his Secretary of State at the same
I'll
time.
just knock out all three.
Yeah.
Huh? Wow.
Yep. The attempt on the vice president was thwarted, I think, by the Secret Service, and the Secretary of State was actually stabbed.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That's a rough crowd.
I know.
And then, very famously, obviously, he delivered the Gettysburg Address in 1863. And the one thing that I thought, you hear it, but you don't really actually understand what it means. 77 years ago, one of the most famous lines
87
in
years.
American history. He used the word score as a synonym for 20, turning the phrase into a nice way to say 87 years ago. So you learn something new every day. Happy President's Day. We'll take the day off.
All right.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us, I think, on this Thursday afternoon for your Hometown Drive. Matt Watson, thank you for joining us. We will
Thank
see
you
you
for having me,
bright and
ladies.
early tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for
8
Eye on
a.m.
the Valley. Jade Aubuchon, Sophia Lesseos, myself, Jen Sparks. Thank you to Stephen Barrera as well. And we will catch you right back here, 2 p.m. next Thursday for your Hometown Drive on KHTS.